and chance to stay in this country. Now, my story is about deportation and how it's affecting our community, especially the Cambodian community. Now, just to tell you a little bit about my story, I was incarcerated at 16, and I was just released a little less than 3 years ago. And I was like 19 years. I left Cambodia when I was 5, and I came to this country when I was 8 and settled here. And when we came here, we were settled in poor, crime-infested and drug-infested neighborhoods. And naturally, when we came here and kids grow up in these kind of environments, kids naturally are gonna make mistakes and make some bad choices in life. Now, the story is it's affecting a lot of people actually, and the major part is the Cambodian community who is facing these deportations. Now, the kids who came here who committed these offenses when they were young, when they were underage, are now as an adult, years later, 20 years, 15 years later or so, are actually facing the problem that they committed when they were young. And some of these guys, like myself, who I spent all this time in prison, and then when I came out, I'm a productive member of society. I pay taxes. I work actually in a family-owned business, and we are doing okay. Now, in spite of all this, and in spite of me having a child as well, who is now 1 year old, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to be deported in spite of my reform and about changing my life because of the current U.S. policy that deals with the Cambodian community and Cambodia. Now, the Lao community, the Vietnamese community, is actually not facing the same type of issue. And the Cambodian community has been reactive to this issue. They did not take the steps to prevent these type of policy from developing. And what we're trying to say to you is that as the Lao, Vietnamese, and other Southeast Asian groups is going to be facing the same issue if you guys do not take the proactive steps to prevent your officials and your representative to take not. Excuse me. Go ahead. You wanted to say something.
What I'd like to add to that is, in 1996, the law changed. And what happened when that law changed and there was a repatriation agreement with Cambodia and the United States, it took away judicial discretion. And we're not here, the One Love movement is not here to say that we want to stop deportation, but we would like to bring change in the policy to bring judicial discretion back so that each man could be judged on the merits of what he does in the community after incarceration, and to help keep his family together, and so he can still remain being the breadwinner of his family, where his wife doesn't have to go on public assistance.
And this is where the ripple effects that causes from the deportation. If you deport a breadwinner of the family, that creates a gap, a void in the family where who is going to support the child? Who is going to run the business? Who's continue to pay the mortgage, the payments and so forth? Nobody, because the breadwinner is shipped off. Now the family is being affected by this is going to have to move to a neighborhood or to a house where they can't afford, and usually it's to a poorer place where there's drugs and there's crime. And the child growing up in these environments is going to face the same kind of consequences the parent or the father did. And now they might not be deported because they're born citizens. However, they're going to be going through the criminal system as well. And these are the ripple effects that the lawmakers was not aware of when they created this policy. And our organization, the One Love Movement, has been active in promoting the issues about the harmful effects of deportation and what is causing in the community. And as I mentioned, you know, the Lao community, the Vietnamese community should take steps right now to prevent these things from happening in your community as well, before it does happen. Because the United States is constantly seeking to create policies that, I mean, they have tried to negotiate with the Lao government and the Vietnamese government to deport ex-offenders, but they have not been successful for whatever reason, but doesn't mean that they're not going to do it later on in the future. So learn from the Cambodian community mistake of not being proactive. Become proactive yourself right now in your community so that your community members, your people, does not become affected by this negative policy as well. I just want to share a little bit about the One Love Movement. Our booth is up there, and what One Love Movement is a volunteer network of community organizers based in the Asian American and Cambodian American communities around the country. As a national network, One Love advocates for just and fair federal immigration and criminal law, focused on keeping families together, and a core value of second chances. Now, the second chances is what we have been fighting for, as what Andy was just mentioning about judging a person not by their past, but by their current status of what they're doing, or they're being productive, instead of judging them for a crime they committed while they were 16, 15, 16 or 17 years old, or whatever the case may be. And we believe in second chances, and this is what One Love movement is fighting for. And we're here in San Diego and also around the country to bring change and to bring awareness to the community about the harmful effects of these deportation laws. And just to close it off, as a community, we must stand together. There's strength in our numbers. When we stand together, we're stronger together. When we shout together, our voices are louder together. So we call on you, on our communities all across the country, especially here today in San Diego, to stand up and fight for what is ours, our rights, our homes, our families, our dignity, and march with love in our hearts and our fists in the air, because we will not be silenced. This issue and this harmful effect that is causing the gap and the ripple effects all around in our family must be stopped. And we need the community involved in this. And like I said, become proactive in your community instead of being reactive like the Cambodian community is doing right now. Thank you.
And I just want to finish with, please stop by our booth and let us share some more of the stories and give you more details. If you are interested, please leave your email address so we can give you more information and how you can help our cause. Thank you again.
Well, thank you.